Hello, this is Vincent with UC Berkeley Industrial Engineering 190G. This week we're going to go ahead and look at our patents from the previous weeks, and we're going to argue that the patent is, the invention is obvious. So let's go ahead and get started with that. I'm going to go ahead and show you the patent, or a picture of the patent, and we're going to go ahead and review it real quick, and then we'll talk about it. So here I'm just displaying a picture from the patent, and the idea of the patent is that when a user on a smartphone is engaged in the application, that when he receives a phone call, instead of interrupting the application, a status bar will appear on the top of the app, and the user can choose to accept or reject the call at that point without having to interrupt the app. So I'm going to go ahead and argue that this patent, this invention is obvious, in that putting together this status bar on top of an application isn't something that someone skilled in the art of, making applications and cell phone interfaces couldn't just easily do, couldn't just figure out and put together without really with little effort. The whole step of making this, I don't think that it's so inventive, that it's so that's so new, or that the result of putting the status bar with this application is so unexpected. As a matter of fact, I would think that this kind of technology, that to have a status bar like this, should seem immediately practical, and that you would want to have this in your device no matter what. So I don't think that the technology involved in putting this together is that intricate. Alright, well, looking back at this patent, it was filed in 2001. I don't think you'd find any prior art for something like this at the time, and I still, even though it's this old, and phones obviously in this time around 2001 weren't necessarily so, they're not so complicated. You can really call them even smartphones, I would think, in 2001. I would just say that this is such an obvious idea that anyone developing these technologies should know to put this together. Even in 2001, when applications were probably still were barely coming out. I mean, the biggest app I could think of in 2001 might have been like the Pac-Man game on the phone, or the Snake game. So it's certainly nothing like we see today in our smartphones. So I'm just gonna have to go ahead and say that I believe this invention is obvious. But check out my next video, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's not obvious. So we'll see how that pans out. Thank you guys.